What's up guys, here's Sahin. Hello and welcome to my new Photoshop tutorial. In this one I'm going to show you how to create the effect of a shiny reflection as animation in Photoshop. You can see I've already prepared here something for you. So what we're going to need for that are two layers that represent the reflection and the keyframes in timeline. So let's first create a bar with the rectangle tool. Zoom out. And now we drag this here inside of the canvas. There you go. And now we add a mask to it to create a transparent gradient. For that we first click here and we choose the gradient tool and make sure that the gradient you use are from 100% opacity to 0% opacity and the color you use is black, right? And while the mask is selected, let's hold Shift to make it straight and drag here. You can see the edge here still a bit, so let's do it a bit again. Here, there you go. And now we convert this into a smart object by right click and convert to smart object. And now let's tilt it a bit. Strike T or Command T. And for the value, let's choose something simple. Let's say 30 degrees. Yeah, that looks good. And confirm. And just duplicate this layer by Strike J or Command J. There you go. And what we have to do now is to give these two smart objects different kind of masks. Because as you saw it already in the finished animation, that bar here is only visible in the area of this content. And to make it look like that, let's first start with this one here. Let's make this invisible. Close this, select it. And then by holding Strike or Command, we click on the icon of the text or the content layer. Here, now it has created a selection. But we don't want the first shiny reflection to be visible in the entire content area. So for that, we're going to reduce the area of the selection a bit. We go up here to Select, Modify, and Contract. You see? And in this case, we contract that selection, let's say, by 6 pixels. Why 6 pixels? Because if I zoom in, there you see, the selection here starts exactly here on the edge of the bevel and emboss effect. And that's exactly what we need. So if I zoom out again, and while this is selected and also this layer, we create the mask here. And you see now, if I zoom in again, that this reflection is only visible here in the surface of the bevel and emboss. Now we're going to do the opposite for this other layer, which means we want this shiny reflection here only visible on the edges. To do that, we again do the same thing by holding Strike or Command and click here on the window to create the selection. And now we have to make it that the software selects only the edge. For that, maybe some of you who already worked with Photoshop a while would probably use the border selection tool by going up here to Select, Modify and Border. And the edge, as we know, is about 6 pixels big. Let's type this and let's see what happens. There you see. What happens here is that the width of the border or the stroke is divided in the middle, in the inside and the outside, but that's not what we want. We want the entire 6 pixels to go inside. So we're not going to do this like that. We first reverse the step, Strike Z or Command Z. To do that like we want it, we first create here a new layer while this is selected. And we go up here to Edit and choose Stroke. And the value is 6 pixels. And to see it better, let's choose another color. Okay. And as you can see here, you can choose the location, and that's inside here. And that's exactly what we need. Let's confirm. There you go. This is what we need, but we want the stroke now to be selected. For that, as you probably have guessed, we hold Strike or Command and click here on the icon of the stroke layer. There you go. Now you see it's all selected. And while the selection is active, we'll go here to the second shiny reflection layer. Let's zoom out here. And again, create the mask. And we don't need this stroke layer anymore, so let's delete it. And if I deactivate the first reflection layer, now you can see that this reflection layer is only visible on the edges. And that's it now for the layers already we need. Now we have to work with the timeline. Let's start with the first reflection layer here. And let's open this. Now we have to add so-called keyframes to make these reflections move from the one side to the other side. And to do that, let's first choose at which time position the animation is going to start. I'd say, to keep it simple, let's say the first shiny reflection should start moving after 1 second when you open the image. So for that, we go here to the controller, right click, go to time, and type in the time position you want. In this case, like I said, 1 second. And if we confirm, you see it has jumped here now to exact 1 second. And now, of course, we have to drag this reflection layer to the outside position, because when the animation starts, the reflection is not visible yet. But first, we have to unlink the layers to the masks. Because if we don't and drag this outside here, the position of the mask we've created will also be changed. It will be dragged with it. But we want this mask to stay in this position as we've created. So we're going to unlink the layers to the masks. So let's first make this invisible, and let's drag here this layer to the outside so it's not visible anymore. All right. And now let's create our first keyframe by choosing transform, because the transformation keyframe is what we need for this. Let's click now here on transform, and there you see this yellow dot is the first keyframe we've created. Let's choose how long the duration of this animation is going to be. Like when this reflection goes from this side to the other side, how long should that be? So I'd still keep it simple. Let's say 1 second. And to do that, we go here down to the controller again, right click, go to time, and we add another second to it, and that would be on exact 2 seconds. Confirm. There you see it has jumped now. And now we're going to drag this one to the other side. Let's zoom out here. And because of the mask, we can't really see where it is. So we can either just here drag and drop it with the mouse, or just do it like I do it by pressing Command T or Strike T. You see? And we drag this now to the other side again to a position where it's not visible anymore. And confirm. There you see, the second keyframe has been created. And now let's see how this works. If you click here on the time ruler, here, and drag it, there you see. Now, this is how it works. It looks good. And now we're going to do the same thing for the other reflection layer. If I open this here, I'd say between these layers, there should be a very small time distance. So for that, just drag it here as you like, or a half second. This way I drag it here. And activate this layer again. And as you see, it's still visible, but this time it's going to start from this side, from the right side, and goes to the left side. So we drag this here. It must not be visible here. And again, we click here, transform. And I'd say that the duration of this animation should also be 1 second. So let's again go to time. Let's add here 3. There you go. Now again, Strike T or Command T. We drag this here to a position where it's not visible anymore, and confirm. Right? And if we check this out here again with the ruler, controller, there you go. And now let's play this now. There you go. This looks good. And all we need now is to export it. Go to File, Export, Save for Web Legacy. Make sure you have GIF selected. Yeah. And if we play it again, there you go. Let's save it. And if we check it out, here, shiny. There you see, it looks good. All right, that's it. And of course, you can make this effect to any kind of content you want. It doesn't have to be like a text content. It could also be like a circle or any kind of form. It's up to you. Right, I hope you enjoyed it and it helped you to get better in Photoshop. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.